Hello everybody, this is Jeffrey GT87 and welcome to the episode. In this episode, we're going to be covering the last new swap from version 1.61. It's going to be using the GT86 Toyota Limited car at Tokyo Expressway 600. So I'll be showcasing on how to find the car, delivery, I'll be to showcase that, the tune, and of course the race itself. And trust me, this is going to be quite a treat. Now if for some reason this car doesn't fit your style around this track, no need to worry, because this car will also be a great choose for Le Mans 700 as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Step 1 is how to find the car. You can easily find this car at Brand Central. It's going to be a very affordable 32,000 credits overall for the car. It's one of those cars that's pretty much a starter kit car in my opinion, so the price shouldn't be nothing to worry about. Also, you could win this car for free as well. For the swap, we'll be using the 2JC GTE Supra engine swap for the car. And for you to buy a engine swap, you have to be collector level 50, which is that hot pink magenta number on top of the screen. Once you reach that level, you have given the perk to buy engine swaps and buy certain ultimate parts for certain cars. So let's say if you haven't yet reached level 50 in the game, let's say you're around 30, 40, or even below that, here is a good example of what to do. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the tuning parts, which is that cardboard box with the tape on top, and depending on how long you play the game, this is where you're going to have all your engine swaps stored. You're looking for something like this, a lit up taskbar with the word compatible on the top right of the screen. If you have the Supra 2JC GTE engine, it should look like that. What you're going to do is click on it. You're going to ignore this right here. Ignore this giant paragraph. All you're going to do here is just click that white install button. After you click it, it'll ask you just one last question. If you want to go ahead and do this, say yes, and just like that, you'll be able to use this free engine swap ticket. As you can see, we got the engine logo beside the engine palette, and if we actually back off, you can tell by this card that the PP and the HP actually did increase. So that is a alternative route to get an engine swap without having to be level 50. It'll save you some credits, and it'll be a golden opportunity to do that. After you get your swap installed into the car, we are going to go ahead and add the Y body to this car. And there's some good reasons why you want to do this. Apparently because once you get your custom parts, it's going to hit your downforce at the track. So I really suggest you do that. Now, for delivery, I'll be using for this car. And of course, if you want to follow me in the game, my username is Jeffrey GT97YT. Here's the delivery I'll be using. Now, unfortunately, there's not really a particular search to search this delivery. It is one of the more popular deliveries, so it should be in the first page you see if you do search it up. But I recommend just search TRD and see if that will work, and let that show up. For our wheels for our car, if you don't want to use delivery but you want the parts, it's going to be these work rims. Make sure you get the biggest size rims with wide offset and wide width. Custom parts, the front is going to be type B, the side is type A, the rear type B, which is going to be very important, the wing, custom wing set, and then for our roll cage, it's going to be standard. So make sure you have all those parts together in this car, especially the rear bumper type B, because that's going to help a lot with the handling of the car. So after you get your parts from car customization, let's now switch over to the build. As you can see, we got ourselves some sport hard tires, fully customized differential. Downforce for the front is at 63, the rear is at 250. We went ahead and bought some ballast at 125, and we went ahead and put it all the way toward the rear of the car. Fully customized manual transmission set to 440 kilometers, and I actually went ahead and did some tinkering with that transmission, so I'll share with you guys after we go through the second page of what you need to set your transmission on. For the other part of the list, as you can see, we have a ton of parts for this car. We practically have bought almost everything except for the engine tuning balance part. You basically need everything you see here from the tuning shop, apart from that one part. So once you have everything set together, your car is going to be a beast at Tokyo Expressway with all the given upgrades. The torque and the max horsepower of this car is going to be a really good combination. Now here is the transmission. I would recommend just going ahead and just pause the episode. That way you can just copy down the numbers. I went ahead and just stretched out a little bit for each gear. and I'll explain why that's the case when we get to the race. But as we get straight to the race, you'll begin to see as soon as we get started that this car has some really good takeoff acceleration speed. You can just see just before we even cross the stripe, we're going to gain 2 spots, and we're not even finished there either. This car is going to be way faster than the rest of the group, so you're going to have the best car when it comes to top speed. You can see we're going to be within the top 5 once we get to that first braking point, and we're going to crack into 200 miles per hour before we get to our first braking point. And the good thing about this car is, with all these parts, especially with those racing brakes, you can actually force the issue with this car and just push a little bit harder, since we actually do have really good racing brakes too. Now for the handling wise, with that Type B rear bumper, your car should be smooth as silk. I mean, the way it turns should be pretty smooth. Maybe you have to be careful with a little bit of oversteer, but despite that, the car should have plenty of grip and should feel pretty smooth. One thing I want to also like to add is that for this particular build, I'm actually using my PS5 controller for this run. So with the wheel, I'm not too certain of what the car is feeling behind the wheel, but hopefully with the wheel it should feel just as good or close to that with whatever wheel you have for your own personal use. As you can see, within halfway of the first lap, we are actually getting close behind the race leader, so this is a really good start for us in this run, being so close to the race leader from the start of the race. Now the only negative thing about this car that I want to point out has to be the fuel. You really are going to have to pit early than most cars, or pretty much earlier than everybody else in this race, which is quite unfortunate. But despite that, with the given pace it has, it makes up for it. So as we complete our first lap, had a horrible hairpin for that last turn, but we're going to make all of that up once we get to the main straight. First lap is going to be a blistering 217.1, so we're not too far off from the race leader. And like I mentioned before, our top speed is really strong. We're going to go ahead and get that slipstream from the NSX. We're going to crack into the 210s, and just like that, we're going to easily take the lead away from this race and basically drop the hammer and leave everybody else into the dust. I mean, this particular swap, very strong. Might have a little bit of an issue with the oversteer and of course with fuel, but despite that, this car was a lot of fun to drive. Let's go ahead and fast forward to lap 5. It's going to be our official hot lap for this race, and you can see by the times we were able to hit a couple of 205s in this race. But trust me, this lap right here is going to be quite a lap. So I really suggest you watch this hot lap, and I'll see you guys when we get to our pit stop. Alright, so as we go pit lap 6, we get ourselves a lap of 204. Very, very quick in this race. As we go in lap 6 for our pit stop, all I'll be worrying here is just refueling the car. The tires are in really good shape, which I was actually surprised given of how the car was driving, and of course having all that torque and all that horsepower into this car. But I think overall the car felt pretty well balanced, and that's why the tires were in really good shape. We're going to painfully refuel the car all the way with 100% of fuel, and from that point on we'll be able to make it the rest of the race with this fuel load, thankfully. Now as we get out pit road, we had such a massive lead, but we're going to keep the lead after that pit stop. After that, we're going to do ourselves more time trial laps around the track, and that's going to be it for our run with a quick 25:49 for our total time. Very quick around this track. Not as quick as the Imprezas, of course, but still, I thought this was a really good particular engine swap for this car. Got ourselves that clean race bonus, and that is going to be it for the episode. So hopefully you guys in fact enjoyed today's episode. And here's a quick sneak peek of the preview. And I thought about going back and going to try out once again the Nismo C-Tune at Tokyo Expressway, but at this time around we're going to be using the wide body kit for this car. So I'm looking forward for that, doing a more like a redirect cut for this particular build, and hopefully I'm thinking this particular build should be maybe an improvement compared to the last build we did without the white body. I'll just have to wait and see what we can pull off with this particular build. And after we get done with the C-Tune rebuild, I'm going to try to do a more affordable build using the Corvette C7 at Tokyo Expressway 600. I can't for sure if I've ever done this car before at Tokyo Expressway or not. I think I have done it before, but it's been like a long time ago. So going to see what I can do with this Corvette here at Tokyo Expressway 600. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you guys love to see what you saw today, I'd like to see some of my content later down the road, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button, as we're getting so close to 4,000 subscribers. So I do thank you guys for the support for the channel and being able to follow. If you guys have a particular build you'd like to see me try, you can go ahead and put in the comments below. And if you want to check out the last episode, there it is right there. If you want to check it out, you can. And with that all being said, hopefully you guys have a great rest of the day or night, and I'll see you guys later, and take care.